Hi, you are welcome again to my channel. And since we have finished with first chapter of country living, let's discuss a little bit about this interesting topic. And this topic is very practical. So we are going to see the dangers of city living over country living. Uh, we have seen from topic, and we will see more as we are trying to see the highlights from the book. So uh, there are challenges for country living, also for city living, because we are still in the world. So everywhere there is, the devil is everywhere. I mean, so you cannot escape the temptation of the devil by going to country. But we are just trying to do what God says and what will be of our benefits. There are danger of diseases like health risks. In the cities, there are so many pollutions that are danger to our health compared to country living, and that is very clear to every field of study. In the cities, there are so many industries and vehicles and so many machines that are making even noise pollution that are very harmful to our health. There are pollution, like when you see these big cities from my pictures here, uh, you can see the machines and the vehicles running the roads. So there are so many uh, dangers to be made about noise pollution. Uh, in the cities, it's more than in the country. Constant exposure to noise from traffic, construction, and other sources can lead to stress, sleep disturbance, and hearing problems. If you go to the country, it's very quiet and you just hear the sounds of nature, birds, winds, and trees. So in the cities, there is very limited access to nature. Myself here, I'm currently living in the city and I'm getting very difficult time when I want sometimes to go somewhere else to meditate and to think about how life goes. So it becomes very stressful. Urban environments may lack spaces which can affect mental health and overall well-being. Access to nature has been shown to reduce stress and improve mood. I cannot stress about this topic. It has been researched for so long time, and you can just go on Google and you will see so many results about that. Even the Bible itself, you don't have to go to the Google. So there is another problem of social and psychological risks. If you go to the cities, we know as we are living in the cities, although there are so many people, but you can find yourself like you are lonely because everyone is busy with his own things that he is doing, and no one cares about their neighbor. And there are stress and anxiety. This might be caused by even cost of living. You are working and you are making money in the cities, but the costs are also very high. The fast-paced lifestyle, noise, crowding, and high cost of living can contribute to higher levels of stress and anxiety in the city dwellers. That is very open to most of us. And there is concern about safety and security. Crimes rate, crimes generally have higher crimes. Cities generally have higher crimes rates compared to rural areas. Urban residents may be at a greater risk of experiencing theft, assault, and other crimes. I mean, even in the country, there are crimes. Sometimes it might happen, but the rate is higher in the cities compared to the country. And there is this traffic accidents, high density of vehicles in the city increase the likelihood of traffic accident. If you are driving in the country, it's very low chance that you can get accident because there are very few traffics, and you most of the time you might be driving by yourself, so it's more safer in the country. And there is about lifestyle and convenience. There is in the city in the cities is very convenient that you can get maybe a lot of things in store, uh, but here it says high cost of living tends to have cities tends to have higher cost of living, including housing, food, and other essential, which can lead to financial stress. Overcrowding. High population density can lead to overcrowding public space, long queues, and limited personal space, which can be stressful and inconvenient in the cities. This is just example of environmental concern. It's if you try to look at the temperature in the city becomes very high compared to country because of presence of vegetation, um, urban heat island effect. There is something like this in the cities. In science, we know cities often experience higher temperature than surrounding rural areas due to human activities and infrastructure, which can contribute to heat related illness. Limited space for agriculture. In the cities, you will see some people are trying to plan to have these small gardens to put in their house, in their homes. Sometimes it is even impossible to do anything like that, to grow even one plant. Um, so it is very challenging in the cities. You have very limited space. City living usually means limited access to local grown food and reliance on imported goods, which can have environmental and health implications. These foods that we buy from store, they have so many chemicals because we import them from different countries, so they have to put many chemicals which might be harmful to people. And these chemicals are for the purpose of preserving the food to stay longer and to keep harmful insects and infections away from these foods, but they become effects when we consume them. So there is counterpoints about benefits of city living. This is a human view. While cities have these dangers, they also offer benefits such as better access to healthcare, education, employment opportunities, cultural activities, and social services. The density and infrastructure of the cities can foster innovation and provide convenience that rural areas might lack. So cities have their benefits, but their benefits are not that spiritual. So it depends on what we focus more about this topic. There is another danger of country living, and we need to get prepared. Country living, it doesn't mean just to go out in the country and to enjoy. It involves a lot of works and very busy life because you don't have access to a lot of things like education, these schools or medical. So you need to study, and you can be expert of everything, electricity, building, different things. So you are learning, you are in the process of learning when you are going to the country, because you don't have access to these things. So limited access to healthcare, that is very important. You are learning medical missionary from that. Rural areas may have fewer health facilities and longer response time for emergencies. Isolation, sometimes when you are in the country alone, or very few people in the country, you might feel isolation. So it is very important to get involved with your neighbors, and this is the time uh, to spend alone with God, and to think, to read books, and to get prepared to reach the cities. Because country living doesn't mean that you just live in the country and you don't go anywhere else to the city, because country living is outpost ministry. You just get prepared always to evangelize the cities. That is how people like Elijah, John the Baptist, what they did at their time. And there is another concern about wildlife encounter. There are sometimes dangerous animals in the country. Sometimes snakes, or even like antelope or lion. Sometimes it might happen. So you need to get prepared. You need to know where you are going and how you will encounter these challenges. And there are limited access to amenities, which are not very important to God's people, because it depends on what you focus, what you are willing to sacrifice uh, in order, I mean, instead of your own soul. There are few options for shopping, entertainment, and cultural activities, but in the country there are so many things that you can enjoy. You can enjoy nature things, you can enjoy meditation, quietness, and you can enjoy with your family. If you have your family in the cities, it's very beautiful, and there are so many things to enjoy with your animals. You cannot get bored. So you need to make a wise choice between these two things, between city living and country living. Um, if the poor if the poor now crowded into the cities could find hope upon the land, they might not only earn a livelihood, but find health and happiness now unknown to them. Hard work, simple fare, close economy, often hardship and privation would be their lot. But what a blessing would be theirs in leaving the cities, which, with its uh, enticements to evil, its turmoil and crimes, misery and fullness, like it says in this quotation. So we need to make wise decision in choosing where to put our families. In many families, as we read from the book, uh, choosing about a place where to live is not a priority. These things should be of our priority when we are trying. I mean, the spiritual condition of the family should be the priority for your location where you want to live. So this is my presentation for today, summary for what we have been studying about country living. And in conclusion, both cities and country living have their unique danger and benefits. The choice between the two depends on individual preferences, lifestyle, and priority. So, like Joshua said, me and my family, we will choose God, but I'm advising you also to choose God. Someone else said, country is of God, but cities is of man. Is man-made, but country is nature. It's nature, and it's God that provided it to us. So thank you, and see you for the next chapter. God bless you.